Hi guys, I'm here today to do my Rozeta Pre-CAL video. So as I said in my unboxing video, I'm going to do a video each week of my progress. So the pattern comes out on the Wednesdays, and on the Mondays the following Monday I'm gonna record the video of what I've done, and it'll be uploaded on the Tuesday, so I'll be ready, to keep going. So this week it was the pre-cal, so that was the second, I think it's second? Yeah, 2nd of October, Wednesday the 2nd, last week. It was the tips and tricks for the pre-cal, which includes the gauge squares. So, printed it all out. You've got, how many pages here? 6 pages. It also gives you a breakdown of like how the actual blanket cal is going to like build up, like what each week's going to cover. So I have just finished Sophie's Universe in Colour Crafter, so I'm actually doing the Rozeta in Colour Crafter. So I thought, instead of cracking into my kit yarn, it's up there. Instead of cracking into my kit yarn, I'm going to use the yarn that I've got left over for the gauge. So it is a tapestry crochet gauge. Like, it's not, I want to say square. It's not a square, it's a circle, because obviously it starts with a mandala and then builds up. So this is it. I've just used, like I said, I've used the purple Heerlen. I'm probably butchering that. I can't remember what this blue's called. But after you've done this with the Colour Crafter, I think it's, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4.5 rounds is supposed to measure like 4 inches or something. It's all in here. This is free, so I don't feel like I'm just I'll put the link in the bottom, and you can just download it and have a look. So the idea is you follow along the pattern, you create this little gauge circle. So mine is spot on with the hook that I think it's the 4mm hook. Can't remember, but anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4mm hook. So it gives you a breakdown of all the different kits, how much yarn, and like I said in the first video, it will say A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So each colour has been given a letter that corresponds to it, so that you can follow through. Like if you want to do your own colourway, so you can, because in the pattern, because there's 4 different colourways, it's going to say change to yarn A, and you're going to have to know what yarn A is, kind of thing. So there is that. There's loads of tips and tricks here, which is great. Like I said in my last video, Esther from It's All in a Nutshell has created video tutorials for it. I'm just reading off here. She's done not only right-handed, but she's done left-handed as well. So that's good. You can't complain at that. So I've made my gauge swatch. I'm quite happy with the way it is, which is good. There's loads of tips about making the gauge swatch and everything. So if you take your time and read it, it says it's for advanced beginners or something. I don't know. Even though this is an advanced pattern, it's been written with adventurous beginners in mind. There are plenty of hints and notes to help you along the way. I don't know what I'd class myself with. I do all sorts, and I don't really go by difficulty. I just go by whether or not I feel confident enough to do it. So this is reading very simple. Like even the gauge swatch was very simple to follow. So I don't feel like, and obviously because you've got the video back up and everything, I really do believe that it is going to be an easy one to do if you take your time. Now, having said that, I'm not sure that I would say use R-Tribe if you're a beginner, because R-Tribe is quite fluffy, and in my experience, if you need to frog anything, like undo it, it is evil, because it's kind of like fluff, and yeah, it's just not nice. But like I said, everyone's got, you might have a perfect way to undo it that I clearly don't. But basically I knitted my rubber pair of socks with R-Tribe, and he said to me, I was getting him to try them on. He was like, oh yeah, they're great. And then about 2 hours later, oh well, could you not make them a little bit? And I was like, oh. So yeah, I had to undo it. But anyway, yeah, it's a 5-round gauge swatch, like I said, and it's really important because if your gauge is too loose, like if your tension's too loose, your gauge is going to be bigger, which means you're going to run out of yarn quicker. If it's too tight, then it's going to be smaller, and you don't want it smaller. Do you know what I mean? Well, okay, that sounds bad. If it's like a few millimeters, then you've got to think that's going to be a few millimeters for every 5 rounds and stuff. So realistically, you're looking at, it could be inches smaller in the end. And then you might be like, oh, well, I wanted this for that bed, but now it looks tiny. Do you know what I mean? So gauge is very important. I know a lot of people don't do it, but it is so important. Anyway, so yeah, it goes through like all the abbreviations for the pattern and like punctuation and stuff. And then it goes through like the special stitches, and obviously you are going to have to block your blanket at the end. And it goes through all that, but then it tells you the timeline. So the pattern is constructed as follows. Weeks 1 to 3, we'll be making the central stained glass mandala in tapestry crochet. Weeks 4 to 7, we'll be making the textured border in overlay crochet to frame the central mandala. Week 8, we'll be adding corners to frame the mandala up. So that is when we're going to get the mandala into a nice square. And then weeks 9 to 10, we'll be making the bottom tapestry panel. And week 11, a final stained glass border will be added around the entire blanket. So that's kind of what we're working towards. Obviously, some of those weeks, some of those things seem like mammoth tasks now. But you don't know, you don't have to keep up with everyone else online. You don't. You go at your own pace. There will be people starting way after this is finished. For me, instance, the Hygge, I hope I'm saying that right. The Hygge wrap that was, I want to say 2017, but I'm probably wrong. The Scheepjes Rozeta, I started that when everyone had long finished it. And I actually customised all my panels on it, so it looks great. I will do a video for that soon. I've actually got I've got to block it and back it with fabric. Yeah, I haven't done that. I'm bad like that. But no, it seems like mammoth tasks now. But if you do work at your own pace, you don't judge your capabilities by everyone else's, because that is the most toxic thing in like with social media. But anyway, so haven't really got a lot to say other than first part of the pattern, which is the pre-cal, and that's my gauge swatch. And it's right, so I'm quite happy about that first try. My gauges seems to be pretty like spot on anyway. But I do love this yarn. Like, it's amazing. But yeah. How amazing would these be if they were like cotton coasters? They look quite cool. But yes, anyway, enough of that. So I will be uploading this tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 8th. Tuesday the 8th. The next day, the Wednesday the 9th, at lunchtime, will be when the first part of the blanket is released. So I'll be downloading and working on that. And then next Monday, which is the 14th, I'll be recording my video for week 1. And then I'll be uploading it on Tuesday. So I'm going to try and keep a steady upload schedule. Even if I've barely done anything because I haven't felt up to it, I will come and share that. And I will talk about, because I'm going to read through the pattern each week. Even if I don't crochet it that week, I'm going to read through it. So I will have something to talk about. So yeah, exciting stuff. I hope you guys, it seems weird saying enjoy this because I've just been rambling about a circle, but yeah, I hope this has given you a bit more information about like the breakdown of the crochet along. I'll put all the links in the bottom for more information on it from Tatiana of Lila Bjorn and Esther from It's All in a Nutshell, and I'll put the link to where you can download the pack from Scheepjes and the Facebook groups. So all the links will be below. And yeah, anyway, so if you like this, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of these, please subscribe. If you've got any questions, just drop a comment below. I'm more than happy to help when I can. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next week.